To Benin Naija TV, where you get the latest news and entertainment in Edo State and Nigeria. Where my country people in this our channel, we dey bring the latest gist and entertainment. If not today be the first time when you dey pass the post for our channel, make you help us subscribe and also share. Thanks. My country people, we are back again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you watch us from. Yes, so my country people, we don't bring another update from our Ogbonge brother by Itro. Come talk about the politics when they go on for Edo State and Nigeria. So my country people, and he also talk about our lovely, wonderful papa, brother, friend, Aaron Omigo. Talk so many vital things that nobody can bring Governor Obaseki down. That Obaseki is a lion. So my country people, make we hear from Pa Itro concerning the message and the updates we can give us today.
Be concerned, I will be interested in time to come when you realize the benefit of Obaseki during his 8 years tenure in Edo or Edo State. I've always been saying it. It is not cutting of road or building of fantastic buildings that are not necessary, that are not yielding anything to us in Edo State. You see, listen to Peter Obi when he was speaking the other day concerning Nigeria borrowing. He said he didn't see anything bad in borrowing. Okay, but what did you use the money you borrowed for? You can't create any establishment in a state that does not yield anything to the state cover. It's a doom, it's a wasted fund. It's like a buttered bread. I've always been explaining buttered money. I've been explaining buttered money to Nigerians several times on my program here. That buttered money is described as money used in buying things that has no second-hand value or that cannot be able to value the same price they were bought or higher price after you buy them in 28 hours or 48 hours or 2-3 days, more than that. A simple arithmetic. When you just got a blue band, put it on the fry pan and get met. When it gets cold again, it can never go back to its real shape and value any longer. But if you invest your money in buying a land or a house or you buy a good, in 30 years time, the gold has more value. In 30 years time, the house has more value. In 30 years time, the land has more value. If you like, buy the latest Lamborghini now for 60 million naira. I mean, assume so. In 8 years time, there will be bigger Lamborghini coming out next tomorrow, and your own will not even cost up to 16,000 euros. 16 million. If ever you see anybody that will buy it, it will be millionaires who keep Epoca's cars. Okay, that is for that. So I would like to play this video. I didn't want to play it before. I don't know the problem people are having in PDP. I will explain to you who Godwin Obaseki is in PDP today. I'm not going to talk about his achievement in the Edo State today, but I'm going to separate Obaseki or government from the traditional rulers today, so that it will sink into our score. Don't make conflict between the Oba of Benin and the governor of Edo State. Fine, they are both human beings, but one is more highly respected than the other one in traditional levels, naturally, as a citizen of Edo State. Okay. But when you talk about institution, there's no way you can compare a governor with a traditional ruler, no matter who he is. That's the gospel truth. It is heavy to say, but that's the gospel truth. Okay. Because Benin has a very strong tradition for our traditional rulers. That is the reason we are talking all this. We are saying it can happen in Lagos State. This is we are saying that does not happen in Oyo. It cannot happen in Ogun. It cannot happen in Ondo. It cannot even happen in Calabar. The wicked people were clapping her for the land. They look at the way he addresses traditional rulers in his government house. But our Oba is well received in the governor house. The governor have never sat down and talked before the Oba of Benin. Not even, he greeted him with two hands and everything. That's to show that there is respect and he has command in anywhere he goes, even up to the federal levels. We shouldn't hide from this nonsense. So don't use your personal hatred for Obaseki to drag him into issues with the Oba Benin. Obaseki never reached to quarrel with Oba Benin. I might be on me. Okay. But that does not mean because you are who you are that the government would not function the way it's supposed to function. That is for that. I'm coming to a point, okay? First of all, let me play this this man that is playing drum with his mouth, because it is very easy to play music with your mouth or guitar with your mouth. I give you an example. If you want to say you want to play guitar with your it's very easy to use mouth to say, but put your hand in your fingers in the guitar and say gyodo and see how it is. You need to crack your brain, make a lot of practice to get to arrive to the retune. Okay, that is government for you. Okay, right. Omaro played this. He came out with this audio. You see, I'm not interested about the political issues internally that is going on, but I will describe Obaseki much to those in PDP who are still sleeping, who don't know who he is, who Obaseki is in PDP. Listen to this man first.
Dear Edo people,
listen.
I'm happy to speak to you again on issues affecting Obaseki. Again today, Obaseki and his cohort have been led to the gallows of failure. Today, the court has refused to grant the desires of Obaseki and his miniature errand boys. Today, democracy has gotten another feather on its cap. Obaseki and his people tried to stop the PDP from recognizing the ad hoc delegates that were elected on Saturday. It has made a very strong brick wall. Today, we begin to jubilate again. When will Obaseki ever win? It is obvious and clear. Failure is written all over Obaseki. Whatever you see on the social media, disregard it. I'm telling you the reality today. Obaseki is a failure. He will remain a failure. All their boys will run away now because their master is known for nothing but failure. Come the day of primary, PDP delegates will smile to the booth and vote the rightful candidate that will hold our beautiful flag and raise it up for victory. And today, I come to tell you again, Obaseki has met another colossal failure. Obaseki is a toothless bulldog. He's a toothless lion. He has been dangerously tamed. Disregard whatever he says to you. Obaseki is nothing. I have told you before, Obaseki is a political toddler. And by the grace of God who knows yesterday, sees today, and sees tomorrow, I assure you, he will continue to fail until he fades out of government. And once he's out of government, I assure you that he's going to his permanent political purgatory, where no saint will go for him. Obaseki, I warn you, you know here. You think you have a death here? We will do cutting for you and clean it up. Victory for the people, Democratic Party. Once again, kudos to all of you. Kudos to all of you. See you on the victory altar as we take Obaseki again to the failure altar and slaughter his failure cow there. Thank you, PDP. God bless you all. Obaseki, I just go what?
You know, I played this video, my fellow fans and supporters. I played this video for you to understand that we have a similar video like this that was displayed by Tony Kabaka. You know, still remember, many years ago. They were playing Bound. Those of you who have the videos, you remember what I'm talking about. Even some boys in Tesekula, Ogida, I don't know where they were dancing and jubilating when Obaseki was driven out of a APC. That they said he has a fake certificate. Now they cannot do this, cannot do that. There's one thing that people don't understand in PDP is that when you call Obaseki a failure, then what right word will you use for yourselves as PDP members in Edo State before the amendment of Obaseki into, or the infusion of Obaseki into the political party in Edo State as PDP member? Now let me tell you one story today. You see, there's one animal that is very violent and very accurate and very fast. You see, the lion, sorry about my lion, the cats, the puma, the leopard, the tiger, all belongs to the same family of animals. They have similar characters. They walk the same way. They have the same face. I believe they have the same DNA related to each one of each and other of them. That's quite true. But that does not make a cat comparable to a puma in terms of violence, in terms of power, in terms of authority, in terms of accuracy. But they belong to the same family. They have the same DNA flowing in them. But that does not mean you compare a puma with a leopard, a mature leopard, a leopard. Because they belong to the same family, it does not make them to have all belong to the same category, or the same level in life, or the same standard in life, or the same influence in the forest, or the same power in the forest, or the same attitude. Attitude, I mean not behavior. Attitude, that's the height they belongs to. Okay? So, tiger also belongs to the same family. But you cannot compare a leopard with a tiger. A tiger has more aggressive power, more authority, more commanding tone in the forest, more than a leopard. We all know that. But they look all alike. This is exactly what is going on in PDP. Now let's go back to the history from the beginning. Now, this is a man that came from nowhere. And he came from the banking sector, who decided to say, look, all the Edos, enough is enough. Let's try to do something different in Edo State. Politics cannot continue the way it used to be as before. Something needs to be done. Something has to be done. He called on all Edo progressives in Lagos and said, look, let us come together and see what we will do. At that time, Oshomole was dragging to become a state governor. But he was on a wrong party that cannot lead him to any place because he was not known at that time. We know those who help him. The Yamun, the Bermudia, and the rest of stuff like that, Now he got the tickets. Obaseki said, look, this man is being a labor man. He has the pains of the Nigerians in his body. He has passed through the grassroots of suffering. He knows what it means to make a change. Let's support this man. And they did a lot of rally for him in Lagos and raised more than 30 million naira, 300 million naira for these so-called ingrates. The people are calling Godfather today. He voluntarily said, look, be my economic team. The government was well managed. If you give kudos to Oshomole, according to you guys, as he's the best governor in Edo State, those of you who are short-sighted person, I accepted it to you, meaning his success was laid by the support of Obaseki. He worked for him for 8 years on promo. How many of you can do that? So are you telling me a man that worked for 8 years without collecting a salary has not strong interest or love, concern for the betterness of his state, irrespective of what people are talking around him? Let's call a spade a spade. Then Oshomole, who was nobody yesterday, has taken form now for 100 million to contest. And you people are not even bothered about it. This was a man that came with 500,000 to Benin 8 years ago or 12 years ago. Who couldn't even buy a land in Benin, was in rent in Jeremy by the donations of friends and relatives. Today has, how do I call it, estates in Nigeria. The other day I was speaking to a friend. He said, look, me, if you do small, you trust more. That is what we need. He do small, he trust more. Is that how Qatar use their oil money to trust more, do small? Is that how Dubai use their money? Trust more, you do small? Is that even Libya, who was a dictator that people said was bad leader, Gaddafi? Is that how he was able to take care of his people? I will come back to that later. Let's straight this forward now. I gave you styles. I say, look, all these animals I make sure to eat before us now are in the same family, but they have grade and they are more superior than each other in terms of potential, in terms of influence, in terms of command in the forest. Okay, now let's go straight to the point. Obaseki was ejected out by force from APC by the power brokers in APC. He cried to the federal level. Tinubu particularly was the man that blocked all access for him to be restored in APC. What did he do? He went out. Are you telling me it is true that if you go to a smaller party, he would have not been a governor? He can't even have the background to cover the whole 23 or 26 local governments in those states. Is it 19 or 18? I've forgotten. I'm verse with me if I make a mistake for that one. But all the local governments in those states, right? Okay. Here, look. Let me go to PDP. All the effort of Darobi and what's this man's name who contested the governorship in PDP as a candidate, Obaseki. They did their best to make sure he would not be admitted into PDP because of his aims and objective, because of his personal interest at that time. But what really took place? Obaseki met the big power brokers in PDP on national levels. I would not deny Wike was one of them. I can't deny that because there's some misunderstanding this time around. I would say no, Wike was nobody at that time. He was somebody because Wike, 60% of the fund that was used in PDP was from Wike and former VP to OBJ. Remember me his name, please. If you remember his name, I've forgotten his name now. Okay. But there's one thing you understand when I gave example as cat, puma, leopard, and tiger. If Obaseki was not a tiger, he would have not even been looked or considered. You know what he came with? If he was on local level, that's where Janobi is missing the whole show now. And these small rats, Maro and the rest, are missing the whole show. If Obaseki was a small tiger, was a rat, a cat, a puma, he was a tiger, a mature and strong tiger. No matter what the politics they played in those states, Obaseki was imposed on PDP stakeholders in those states as a candidate for them in governorship election. These are facts. Darobi tried his best. Obaseki tried his best. We are aware. We're not in Benin, but we are aware. That's the gospel truth. So when you call Obaseki as a wicked person, I said no. He's a very strict man, a conservative leader. And that's what Nigerians need. And that is what bad friends need. That is what those who are wicked to you need. You don't need to forgive them 6 times. If you follow that Bible version of it, that you need to forgive your enemy 700 times. No. In politics, it is not so. You need to be very straightforward. You must learn how to say no to those who are wishing you bad sometimes. It has affected me personally for so many years in the city I live here. But today, I have turned a new leaf. I will learn how to say no to those wicked people. And I know how to punish them from now on. Those of them who felt they can use beg to trick into their side, at the end of the day, they use you to climb a ladder and to tell you who you are. Obaseki is a man that knows where he's coming from. And he knows where he's going. He knows when he left. He understood when he's going to arrive. So Obaseki used the national power to overpower these people that are shouting now. And this man, when he was not having power, he has not even come to your party. He supersedes your power and came to the party. Do you know what Obaseki came with to PDP? He was given a ticket, direct, no promise, to be that candidate, consensus, authorized consensus from the above level, the above Danobi and the rest people. Then he was given a direct ticket to his vice governor, Chaibu. What are they thinking? Well, if a small animal, if they don't accept that, why they don't carry madman? And they go to Nigeria now, I think Nigeria. Senator, House of Assembly for state in his own area. Now he want to represent all Bakwana. Is there here the rest when he preach for? With this more when they select him, make una help and get nomination now. Easy. Oh, you file for the peace. Then this man came. Shaibu, secretary, permanent secretary, all his personal aides were given a direct ticket. He came. And he would tell people that he must harmonize all the people that came later after me. They forgot to understand one simple English, that a governor is the chief director in command A to Z in the party he belongs to. If not Obaseki PDP, Atemi one and do any more way. Way for 12 years, people were missing in action in Edo State.
For watching Benin Naija TV, please help us to share and also leave your comments without insults. See you in my next video. Bye bye for now.